Yeah, so this is the question I get asked in my normal like day-to-day life, but it was happening online too, but they were telling they but I need to stop. Welcome back. My name is LWL or Rel, and yeah, welcome back to nenlwl. Yeah, no, let's take that out the intro. But welcome back, guys. Welcome back, Ancient Souls. Hope you're having an amazing day, amazing night, amazing wherever you are, but because you choose to, not because of external means. So anyways, this is going to be about what the world really is right now. I, for one, only know this. I know the universe, at least this part of it, and apparently to the hologram. No, like, okay, that's wrong to say, having done the research on the holographic universe by Michael Talbot, that all of this is like auditory or what's the word? Let me grab the book. Okay, so screw the word, but I'm gonna talk about Bohm's findings and other quantum physicists' findings that could give some more context to what I'm trying to say about how this world is, like, what is real. Well, technically, how I'm gonna say it, based on the book and based off of scientific findings, everything you view and touch becomes matter and is real, right? We're like Midas, who that said, a scientist, Herbert, which his name is somewhere in here, his full name. But point is, it's like magic, right? And they observed that one of the most astonishing things that they observed is that, let me keep it in a sense that, like, you know, someone who doesn't care for the big words and shit is gonna watch this. Pretty much, they found a particle. If I'm like saying it right, they found a particle. Like, I can understand it in my head, but it's, you know, it takes kind of like a special kind of person to almost, like, you know, talented in like almost like if you're translating it for everybody to understand. And the best way I can put it is basically things are not as they appear when you're not viewing them. Almost like night. Oh, perfect. Almost like Night at the Museum when everything came to life. Well, take it as like this. More like Toy Story. I think this is literally shown in Toy Story. When he looks at the toys, or the boy who owned the toys, I forgot, Andy. Andy's coming? Is it Andy? And they all drop. That's basically what this is explaining, but more in a scientific way, if you can imagine, is more quantum, you know, conversation. But basically, it's like owning a bowling ball that was only a bowling ball when you looked at it. Do you see what I'm saying? And when you wouldn't look at it, and it's like sprinkling what they said is talcum powder on the bowling lane, and then you rolled it and stopped looking at it, it would, while you were viewing it, it would trace a single line. But through the talcum powder, when you weren't watching it, it would go back and forth like almost like a snake moving through a desert. Like, it would leave a way wider path. Now, the reason I bring this up is because trying to figure out what's real in the world is not. It's a holographic universe. Like, this stuff is only the beginning in the book that begins to explain how it's holographic or illusionary phenomenon where it's all projected from the mind's eye, which is the pineal gland. And pretty much it's like this. You're not, the best way I could explain it is it's really the stuff you give attention to, because this right here, the best way I can translate it is it's literally the things you give attention to, you make a reality. So like the negative thoughts and everything, because it's all energy, you know, and in the simplest forms everything is energy. So I'm trying to. I want the scientist's name. That's what I'm studying right here. But whichever physicist this is, Herbert, said that humans will never be able to experience the true texture of the quantum reality because everything we touch turns to matter, and that's why it was like the Midas thing. While I think that may, you know, change, who knows when, we still can have a way of viewing it. Obviously, as figured out in this, that's how they figured it out. They found a way to view what happens. I'm just having a super hard time trying to translate the book because, like, if you're not reading it yourself, there's only some parts that I could translate. But the whole point is that it's basically what you are viewing is project, like you're almost like you're literally changing particles. You are energy having effect on other energy. As you hear me explain with, with love or anything else, you're having literally, actually, you know what? We'll go like this. So stay tuned, right? Or stay right now. Okay, like this. Danish physicist Niels Bohr pointed out that if subatomic particles only come into existence in the presence of an observer, then it's meaningless to speak of a particle's properties and characteristics as existing before they are observed. So that's why we talk about, like, this was disturbing to many physicists, of course, because, they don't want to believe in basically magic. But a physicist that was troubled by Bohr's assertions was Einstein, funny enough. And, they all went back and forth because it's pretty much magic, but that's exactly what it's not. It's science. It's spiritual science. It's not divided. It's just logic took over. It's almost like we've been here so long that the problem is we forgot that we were sleeping gods. Pretty much that all of this stuff was just a dream. So it's a dream that feels so real. And, so it's hard for some people when these discoveries are made. But speaking about that, that's what I mean when people ask what's real. Well, technically, it's nothing but what you make real, which within itself, the thing that you still bring into existence is not real. And then it's under the restraints of how Earth as a plane works. But basically, moving on from the book, because I don't want to keep bringing up the book, it's pretty much nothing here is real. To put it in the most simplest terms, that confusing clusterfuck of everything I was trying to say is pretty much the universe, like Nikola Tesla said, and he's also talked about in this book, is this whole experience is a combination of frequency, vibration, and energy. It's energy, frequency, and vibration. That's why when we talk about mantras, it really is what you bring to existence. And even artists who sing, their vibrations, they are showing their individual vibrations to the world. And that's why people practice mantras and getting really monstrous with your mantras to help you manifest things you want in this world. Because the matter, to me, thoughts are energy, matter, whatever. Even if it's like there would be a way I have to explain it to you way better. But in the term of understanding that I know from my own personal experience with all this stuff is that mantras are pretty much, or spells or whatever anybody says, controlling elements that exist within this universe, because the universe is within you. It's projected. It's projected from the mind's eye. So you're controlling sounds, like it's a lot. But I'm trying to mend it and combine it with trying to be so scientific, and there's no one I'm trying to prove this to, but the point is everything, what you need to understand is it's illusionary. And this is the whole point to making what you want to be real, but don't be attached to it. Because even the dreams when you go to sleep are real. And just like this book states, it's only covered by the veil of sleep. So this sleep, when you think you're going some other place, your soul is, but it's not separate from the world of the living, like the wake of someone being awake and watching you sleep. You're not separated from them. Thus, I even think it's possible to do this. But I think I have a time in my past where my cousin actually had sleep paralysis, and she seen me in her sleep paralysis and was trying to wake up, and it was almost like I heard a voice in my head trying to get me to wake her up. But I was like, nah, maybe I shouldn't wake her up, because I was telling myself that it would be, rude, because I thought she was sleeping, but she was in sleep paralysis. And this is a bunch of this has to do with just me furthering your many questions on what this is. To be honest, it's all like a dream, but with certain restraints here, like you can't fly or shoot lasers out your eye, but envisioning type of things like that increase the ability for you to manifest here, if that makes sense. If you see yourself as this superhero, this god, it helps you get back to your natural godhood, because God is a creator. You are a creator. You do not pray to anyone here. You have to understand that. That's what's been programmed into you, because everything here is fake. Anyways, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and rest my voice because I'm about to die, and also rest my brain because I said I wasn't going to make videos too serious like this, but hopefully I could give you some context. But peace. Socials below. Everything below. You know where to find me.